My husband said he was working overtime. His supervisor called the house and asked why he didn't show up today. I stood in our kitchen holding the phone like it had just shocked me. I'm sorry. What did you say? The voice on the other end repeated himself. This is Martin from Pacific Holdings. I'm looking for your husband. He hasn't shown up for 3 days and isn't answering his cell. Is everything all right? 3 days. My husband had kissed me goodbye every single one of those mornings. He'd worn his work shirts. He'd complained about traffic. He'd come home exhausted and eaten dinner and fallen asleep on the couch like always. He's been ill. I heard myself say, I'll have him call you. I hung up before Martin could respond. My hands were shaking so badly I had to set down my coffee. 3 days of deception. Where had he been going every morning at 7 a.m.? Dressed for work? Where did he spend 9 hours before coming home smelling like his normal cologne and complaining about his normal colleagues? I texted him something casual. Hey, how's work going? His response came in 2 minutes. Brutal. Consecutive meetings. Might be late again tonight. I stared at that text for a long time. My husband of 11 years was lying to my face through a screen. I called my sister and told her everything. She drove over immediately and we sat at my kitchen table, strategizing like we were planning a military operation. The next morning, I pretended everything was normal. I kissed him goodbye. I told him I loved him. I watched him drive away in his work clothes with his work bag. Then I got in my car and followed him. He didn't go toward downtown where his office was. He drove 20 minutes in the opposite direction to a neighborhood I'd never seen before. He pulled into the driveway of a small greenhouse with a garden out front. I parked down the street and watched him walk inside using his own key. My whole body went numb. He had a key. He walked in like he lived there. 20 minutes later, a woman came outside to water the garden. She was younger than me, prettier. She was wearing a robe and slippers like she'd just woken up. My husband appeared behind her and wrapped his arms around her waist. He kissed her neck. She laughed and turned around to kiss him properly. I took photos of everything. The next 3 days, I followed him to that house every single morning. I documented arrival times and departure times. I watched him mow her lawn on day 2. I watched him carry groceries inside. On day 3, I watched him live an entire second life while I sat at home believing his lies about meetings and deadlines. On day 4, I hired an attorney. I showed her the photos and the documentation and Martin's voicemail that I'd saved. She explained my options very clearly. On day 5, I waited until my husband left for his work. Then, I drove to the greenhouse myself. I knocked on the door and the woman answered. She looked confused when she saw me. Can I help you? I'm looking for my husband, I said calmly. He's been coming here every morning instead of going to work. Her face went pale. Your husband? We've been married 11 years. I have photos of him kissing you in this doorway 3 days ago. I have documentation of him being here every day this week. I have his supervisor confirming he hasn't shown up to work. She started shaking. He told me he was divorced. He told me his ex-wife was unstable and wouldn't sign the papers. He said he was staying with his brother until things got finalized. There is no ex-wife, I said. There's just me, his current wife, who he comes home to every night after spending the day with you. She started crying. I almost felt bad for her. Almost. My husband's car pulled into the driveway behind me. He got out and saw both of us standing there and his face went through about 15 emotions in 2 seconds. I can explain, he started. You've been terminated, I said. Martin called 4 days ago looking for you. Your company knows you haven't shown up in a week. His face went gray and I've already filed for divorce. My attorney has all the photos. Every single one. The woman behind me was sobbing now. You told me you were divorced. My husband looked between us like a trapped animal. 11 years, I said quietly. 11 years. And you threw it away for what? A garden and a greenhouse? I walked past him to my car. I didn't look back. The divorce was finalized 3 months later. I got the house, the savings, and the dog. He got nothing but the consequences of his own lies.